So first thing we have to see here is y is an integer. Y equals absolute value x plus x. Okay, well, how could y be 0 in these cases? Well, one thing, if x is the negative, y could be 0. Because this is like absolute value negative 3 plus negative 3. So 3 minus 3. Okay, or, negative 2, absolute value negative 2 is 2 plus negative 2. 2 minus 2. That's how y could be 0. If x is anything else, if x is like a positive number, like 2 plus 2, then y is not equal to 0. But x is equal to 0, or sorry, y is equal to 0 when x is negative or when x is 0. Okay? It's good to just gather this information before you move on to the conditions. That's when x is negative or equal to 0. Okay? Also notice that y cannot be negative itself. If it equals absolute value a number plus that number, the very least that could be 0. Like we're saying, even if I try to make it negative by making x a negative number, then this just results in 0 every time. When x is a positive number, then it'll just be whatever the sum of those two numbers is. 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 4 plus 4. But basically from this also I learned that y is greater than or equal to 0. So number 1 says x is negative. Okay, well that tells me this case that I was talking about before. When x is negative, y is equal to 0. Because it'd be like 3 minus 3, 2 minus 2. So that's sufficient. Number 2, it's kind of tricky. Y is less than 1. Well, we know y cannot be negative. So it's greater than or equal to 0, but less than 1. That means the only integer y could be is 1. Sorry, is 0. So that's also sufficient. D. Y is less than 1, but greater than or equal to 0, it could only be equal to 0 because it has to be an integer.